office, first things first is there's a flyer here or a post that lets people know where I'm at in the building. And I have it held up by a wash pen. So I have it right here that I'm here, and that if anyone wants to come talk to me or stop in, that they could come in, that I'm available. So that's just what that looks like. And I got this off Teachers Pay Teachers. Here is a welcome letter or just information about me. When there's tours and things like that, new parents, kids have speech, they can kind of review that. Okay, one thing is I also share my office with the occupational therapist, so she has a little welcome sign here. Okay, on the door it's a welcome sign for the kids, welcome to speech therapy, and this is the hall. I have my trash can, dustbin there. Okay, one of the first things that you're gonna see, and I actually have two in this room, is a core board. So here's what that looked like. Okay, and I use this especially for my MOID students who are nonverbal. We use a lot of core boards and things like that. Okay, so, or sometimes I even use that for my children who have AAC devices. And let's say if their AAC device is dead, sometimes it's dead. That's just the reality. Sometimes it's dead, or sometimes when it's not working, when the parents have to take it in to get service and things like that, we will utilize core boards in addition to some AAC devices that I have. Okay. Here is my whiteboard. You're gonna see there a kiddo made me a happy birthday sign there. This is a postcard. I'm gonna block the faces from one of my kids for Christmas, so we're gonna take a step back there. Here I just have rules, so it's like kind of a classroom management system. Instead of kids constantly raising their hands, asking questions, or can they go to the bathroom, they just kind of use hand symbols there. So that we have one for if they're hurt, if they want to go to the nurse or not feeling well. They generally raise their hand if they have a question, if they need to go to the restroom, and if they want to drink a water. Okay, there I just keep like my markers and things like that. So we're gonna keep spanning the room. Okay, so this is kind of like the OT corner there. So I'm not really sure how well you guys can see the signs, but OT has all of her cute little signs up there. They're super duper cute and informative. I don't know if you guys can see them that well. Okay, and we have this oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart here, guys, but we have this board here, or this shelf. She tends to kind of put things up there. I know right now we're coming back off winter break, so it's a bit empty. Okay, and then here is again, still continue with OT. I call it a bouncy ball. She has her ball there and a mat, and then just some pillows. Sometimes the kids will sit there and, independently do an activity, or they're doing writing. If they don't want to sit in a wiggly seat, they prefer to sit on the mat. Alrighty. So here is my desk / table where I treat kids. So this table seats up to 4. So we have a chair there on each end, and then we have these two, I call them wiggly chairs. We have 2 wiggly chairs, and there's my laptop and my kind of little laptop stand, if you will. So this is where I generally treat the kids. This is where I do all my evaluations at, and etc. Okay, and so in the back of me, I know you guys saw the first core board when I came in. Here's the second core board that I will use. Okay, so I just want to show you guys this one. Okay, so this is the second one, and then again, you're just gonna find like some general posters and things like that in my office. So here's a language processing hierarchy poster. I don't know, I had this one since maybe like the 2016, 2015 or something like that. That's that there. I generally also have kind of like a layout of my schedule. So as you guys can see, those are the schedules for my groups. Thursdays is pretty much, this is the day that's blanked out, Thursdays, those are my that's the day where I pretty much evaluate children, and my meeting day generally. And then throughout the other blocks a day, I know it seems like it's pretty open majority of the time, but I'm also in meetings those days as well. Okay, so we're just gonna keep spanning the room. There's a file cabinet there that holds all the kids' files from previous therapists. The box on top of that file cabinet is just extra speech material that I have yet to organize. It's organized in the box, but I have yet to really kind of like take it out and sit it around in the room, because the room is pretty small and there's not much storage for it. Here we have the printer. We have another purple wiggly seat there. OT would generally sometimes sit kids there, and they would do like a fine motor activity or something on the table, or anything like that. This is generally where she may bring kids and sit them here. And then we have a laminator. Okay, and here's my backpack again. There's no real space to kind of like hang things at, or I could sit there on the shelf that you guys saw earlier, but that's generally reserved for like OT to put their things up there. So yeah, I just really sit my backpack there, the printer, and then in that crate there, that's where I keep like extra printer paper, lamination sheets, ink cartridges, and etc. there. Okay, and then behind this is where we have like our main bulletin board. So this is like the speech bulletin board. OT is here twice a week, but she don't have many students here at this particular school. So this is pretty much the speech bulletin. So I just have kind of like some amazing quotes there, motivation quotes. I have speech sound norms. I kind of have like a handout of phonological awareness information, vocabulary ages here. I got this off Teachers Pay Teachers, if you guys want to know. And the reason why I have this one, if you guys are looking, you're probably like, okay, it goes from 12 to 36 months. The reason for that being is because I service pre-K. There's two pre-K classes here, and they're really big. So there's a pre-K program here at this particular school. So I have information just on like pre-K. Sometimes teachers are concerned if they're not like able to answer questions. They're kind of concerned if they feel like if they're like their vocabulary is limited, they don't really have the words to express themselves and things like that. So I just kind of keep that there. We kind of talked about the phonological awareness, handed out my speech sound norms there. And then here is just a quick reference. I don't necessarily use this, and this is from the Speech Bubble. She's an SLP. Again, I think I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers. Anything on here on the board, I believe I got from Teachers Pay Teachers. But I personally use the bell curve. And the reason why I don't use the speech sound acquisition is each school district goes. I'm not gonna say it's not accurate, but it is not the most up-to-date speech norm. So I can't go by the speech acquisition, my age chart that she has there, because my school district does not follow that. However, I do use this for the bell curve, especially when we're, especially when there's eligibility, like initial eligibility meetings, and I'm going through the results of my evaluation. I reference to this bell curve when I pull it up, whether in person, to parents, I'll take it with me, or I will pull it up on my computer and show it to parents, because sometimes when you're telling parents scores, they're kind of, okay, well, what does that score mean? So I show them this bell curve here, and show them where their child, perform in relation to, same age peers based on that population size, okay, of that particular test. So I use this bell curve, and for for those of you who follow me, whether you guys are in grad school, undergrad school, or if you're thinking about the field of speech pathology, you're definitely going to get used to the bell curve, okay? And then so we're going to keep going. Here is, again, This is pretty much like OT area here. So she has 2 chairs. Again, in her session, she generally can see kids individual, or sometimes she may pull kids 2 in a group. So she may pull like an older student who may sit there and may get like a younger student here. But this is her area here. It's just hand sanitizer, some letter tracing material, and I believe there's like some pre-stroke writing stuff there. Here is a folder where we keep all of our kids' current IEPs and things like that. Of course, everything is digital, but I'm definitely old school where I like to write things down. And some parents request for a paper, if they can just view it on a paper versus a computer. So it's much easier for me to just grab it out the folder and kind of scan it with the parents. And then again, this is OT material here. We just have like a little plant. She has her scissors and pencils and all type of writing utensils and things like that. Some post-it notes, tissue. We have a few books. Those are kind of like sensory tiles where they go on the floor, but they're liquid, like floor sensory pressure tiles, if you will. That's the OT thing. So we're not going to talk too much about that. Here is a little bookshelf. So we're going to start with the top. Again, we just have like markers, pencils, stuff like that. In that little box there, I got it from Dollar Tree, and it has like speech books. Again, teachers pay teachers. I'm all for teachers pay teachers. And it's just like a speech reward system. Let's see, we keep paper towel, disinfectant wipes there. Again, those are speech screeners that I've completed. In that file folder, there's speech screeners that I've completed, or initial, let's say, evaluation packets and things like that for children who needs to be evaluated. We have some idioms, some Lakeshore stuff is idioms. Let's see, we have understanding multiple meanings and homophones there. Here, let's see, this is Super Duper, I believe. Yes, and it's the inferencing deck. I'm not sure. I think this is I don't know, that's OT. I think it's an air pump, I think. And then we just have some more Lysol wipes. Okay, now kind of going on to our storage bins. We have gloves when we're cleaning. We have like a box of extra post-it notes, markers, highlighters. You can never have too many crayons and markers for the kids. I keep a lot of like my low-tech picture cards, my fluency pacing boards. Anything that I print and laminate goes there. Just have some speech materials there. We have my binders. So I have like binders for training kids. I have data binders, my screening material binders. There's just tons of binders of information. And that will be like a whole separate video because that's a ton of stuff. Here we have, this is a little bit of OT in speech. So we have like the articulation and language photo fish cards. I believe that's OT, that math manipulative set. We have a problem solving photo kit, and then everything on the bottom shelf is OT. So these are just a few of the things that the occupational therapists here use. Those are turtle shells. The kids kind of like step on those, I think. So that's pretty much the lay of the land. Okay, so we're gonna do a 360 of like the entire room. Okay, we're starting back off from where I sit. There's my jacket. Okay, the file cabinet, the bulletin board. I would say one of the best things about this room is we do have a window. Oftentimes as a SLP, the office that you're given is like a closet. It doesn't have a window. It's not bright in the area. The rooms may be half this size. So that's really awesome here that we have a nice size space. Okay. So yeah, that is the lay of the land. Okay. So that's what my office looked like at just one of my schools. So I have 2 schools that I service, and I would say out of both spaces, this is probably the best space. Again, as a SLP, in the schools, I would say we were second thought. They didn't really think about us really. So at my second school, I share with another speech therapist, physical therapist, adaptive PE, and a interrelated, I believe she's like an interrelated / co-teaching teacher. So yeah, I share offices with like quite a few other people in addition to OT. Okay, the occupational therapist there. So yeah, quite a few people share that office there. So this location is definitely better. This is like my primary location. I prefer this school over the other school just because I have like a dedicated space. And you know, even when there's like standardized testing and things like that, this is my space versus like at my other school. Anytime there's standardized testing or anything that needs to be done, teachers will often need that space to pull kids in. So generally now I no longer have space. But yeah, this is a tour of my office. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually going to get on my computer here and document. It is much needed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.